When we solve an equation, how many solutions does it have? Chase, how many solutions does an equation have? We just did one in the bell work. How many solutions does an equation have? For example, x plus 7 equals negative 11. How many solutions work for x? One. This has one solution. How many solutions does an inequality have? Yep, inequalities. And you can write this down. Inequalities have infinitely many solutions, or an infinite number of solutions. Okay? The only difference today in solving inequalities is it's going to have an infinite number of solutions. That's it. You solve it exactly the same way. So let me write this down. Negative 4 is less than 3. Is that true or false? Is negative 4 less than 3? Yeah. Yes. If I add 10 to both of those, I get 6. Is that less than 13 still? Hello? Hello? That's still true. If I subtract 10 from both sides, minus 10 here, minus 10 there, that's plus negative. That's negative 14. Is that less than negative 7?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's still true. So regardless, if we add or subtract the same number on both sides, it's not going to change anything. So go ahead and write this down. It says solve and graph. Number 1 says x minus 5 is less than negative 3. You are still going to put the wall up, but the wall goes underneath the inequality. So put that up there like that. They are subtracting 5 from x. We are going to do the opposite, so we are going to add 5 to both sides. X minus 5 plus 5, do they cancel? Yep, and we're left with x here. You drop down the inequality. Is less than negative 3 plus 5 is 2. This is your solution set now. Remember we talked about solution sets? We need to draw a number line. Okay? The most important number to have on there is 2. I'm going to put 1 here and 3 there. Open circle or solid dot on 2? Open circle. Which way are we going to shade? That says any number. What's that? What's this inequality say? Less than. So we're going to go to the left. Now I need to check this. Is 0 in that shaded region, Callie? Yep. So I'm going to put it in place of x. 0 minus 5. Is that less than negative 3? Well, that's plus negative. That's negative 5. Is that less than negative 3? So it works. Okay, write down number 2. Always put a little arrow on there when they're inequalities. I don't know why. They are adding 3.8 to b, so we are going to subtract 3.8 on both sides. Okay? These cancel, leaving me with b. Drop down your inequality, less than or equal to. Oh, I got to keep change opposite. What are we really doing to those two? Subtracting. So we're going to do 3.8 minus 1.7, and we get 2.1, and it's going to be negative, right? So we get negative 2.1. That is now my solution set. Draw your number line. What's the most important number to have on the number line? Negative 2.1. To the left of it's negative 2.2. To To the right is negative 2.0, right? So, do we have an open circle or a solid dot? Solid dot. And this is shading anything less than, which is which way? Left. Okay? If I put negative 100 in there, negative 100's in that solution set, isn't it? It's in that shaded region. Negative 100 plus 3.8, that's going to give me a negative number. Is that going to be less than or equal to 1.7? Yep. Number 3, go ahead and write that. You guys, anytime the m is on the right-hand side, I don't want it there. So let's just go ahead and rewrite this. Let's put this on the left-hand side. So write m minus 1/4. Do you see how the inequality is open towards that? See how it's opening up towards the m minus 1/4? In order for that to be the same, I've got to open it up this way. And then I have negative 1/2. Yep, so put your wall up and add 1/4 to both sides. These cancel, leaving me with m. Drop down your symbol is greater than. We are really subtracting these fractions, but we have to get a common denominator, right? Common denominator is, how about, let's use 4, right? Multiply that by 2 and that by 2. So it's really negative 2/4 plus 1/4. And we're really subtracting 2 minus 1 is 1/4. And we got to take the sign of the one on top, which is negative 1/4. That is now my solution set. Okay? Draw your number line. What's the most important number to have on the number line? Negative 1/4, and the way I usually do that to the left is negative 2/4, right? Right? To the right is 0/4. You can write 0/4 or you can write 0. Open circle or solid dot? Hello? Open circle because it doesn't have the equal sign. And this says any number greater than. So we're going to shade to the right. I don't want the x plus 14 on the right-hand side. So I'm going to put the x plus 14 here. You see that inequality, how it's pointing, the arrow's pointing at the x plus 14? See that? That means I have to make it point towards it when I rewrite it like that. Does that make sense? And then I write 13. Put your wall up. They are adding 14, so we are going to subtract 14 on both sides. These cancel out, leaving me with x. Drop down your inequality. Keep change opposite. What is 13 plus negative 14? What? What? Negative 1. There's my solution set. What's the most important number to have on your number line? Negative 1. To the left of it's negative 2. To the right of it's 0. Open circle or solid dot on negative 1, Savannah? Solid dot. Savannah, which way are we going to shade? To the left. Everybody agree? Aren't all negative numbers to the left? So if I picked like negative 100 and checked it back in the original, 13, is that greater than negative 100 plus 14? Well, I'd get a negative number, wouldn't I, here? So 13 is greater than any negative number, so it works. Number 5 says x plus 3/4 is greater than 1 1/2. What are they doing to x? So we're gonna 3/4 on both sides, right? These cancel, leaving me with x. Drop down your symbol. Here's what I want you to do. What is 1 1/2 as an improper fraction? Get mad. It's what?
3 over 2.
3 over 2 minus 3/4. We have to have a common denominator. The common denominator is 4. Thank you, Caden, for volunteering since everybody else is asleep. So we get 6 over 4 minus 3 over 4. And what do we get? 3 over 4. So x is greater than 3/4. What's the most important number to have on the number line? 3/4. To the left of it's 2/4. To the right is 4/4, which is 1. Open circle or solid dot? Open circle. And we are going to be shading to the right, any number greater. All right, so if you look at this, look at your triangle. What's one side?
13.
Plus, what's the other side?
1.
Plus, what's the other side? And it says that the perimeter has to be less than 28. So we're going to put less than 28. Does that make sense? That's how you find perimeter. You add all the sides together and it's less than 28. What do you notice is different about this one than any of the other ones? What's different about this one, Nia? Yeah, which means we can simplify, can't we? How many of you want to add 13 and 4 together first? So we're going to write x plus 17 is less than 28. How do we solve? Well, we put our wall up. They're adding 17 to x, so we're going to... These cancel out and we get x is less than 11, right? Here's the thing on this one. It's a triangle. Can you have negative side lengths? No. So the only thing that x can be is between, it's got to be 1, 2, all the way up to 10. It can only be those numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, can't be 11 because it said x is less than 11. So we need to define the variable, and he said how many passengers can board. So Caden, give me a letter.
P.
E?
P.
P?
Yeah.
Let P equal the additional passengers. I'm just going to write pass to board. So there are already 15 on the plane, plus more passengers can board, right? Do we know how many more? Nope, we defined it as P. But it says in here it can only hold 44 passengers. So this right here has to be what compared to 44? Less than? Or equal to, because 44 can fit on the plane. Okay? So put your wall up. What are they doing to P? Adding 15. So we are going to subtract 15 on both sides. These cancel out. We're left with P is less than or equal to, what's 44 minus 15? Chase? 29. It's 29 passengers. You guys, can you have a negative number of passengers? Can you have negative people? No. So this is saying you can really have 0 to 29 more passengers. Make sense? So I want you to do 3 through 13 odds, 17 and 21. I do not want you, if you're a distance learner or on quarantine, you do not have to send me a picture of this. Just like everybody else. If they're odds, what do I want you to do? Check them in the back of the book. Okay?